Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of All Myths Are True here on Game Nights. I am your host and your game master and your head robot, Savvy, and we're here to play Tales from the Loop today. But before we do, let me tell you a little bit about our schedule for the rest of the week. After this, coming up on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we have an episode of Saturday Night's Thunderball, which, if I'm remembering what day it is correctly, is the very last one of that, the finale of Thunderball. So tune in for that. That afternoon, it's going to be really fun. On Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll have a new episode of Slaying 101, which is one of our Monster of the Week game that I run, and it's fun, and we're getting into a new mystery with weird shadows and other things. 4 p.m. on Sunday, and then on Tuesday we'll have a new episode of Eos, one of our D&D 5e campaigns that Barry runs, and most of us play in. That's at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, and then back around on Thursday, same time right here, we'll have a new episode of Elegant Suffering, our Good Society game that Christina Sid runs here on the channel. That's 8 o'clock next Thursday. That's what's going on here on this channel with us for the next week. I'll plug my other show, which is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/encounter roleplay. I'm running a Masks mini campaign over there called The Heroes Next Door, and this is going to be our penultimate episode, so we're getting into finale territory over there. That's 3 p.m. tomorrow. Coming out with me, and Sean's there too, playing a superhero, and some other fun friends. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about for the next week? Well, alrighty then. It's been a little bit since we played this game. You guys have gotten into a new mystery that I'm going to remind everybody of right now. So you all are well, Mike especially, but you all and the town of Fountain City are having some sleep troubles. You ran into some trouble with some teachers of yours, some family members of yours, some siblings, being particularly cranky or ill-tempered or sad or just plain falling asleep on the job. People have been having weird things happening in their dreams, and they've been unable to sleep, and a lot of weird things have been happening around town. Mike is a victim of this, not getting very much sleep lately. You all did some cursory investigating as much as you can, all being 12 years old and having school responsibilities. You talked to some of your teachers. You attempted to talk to Danny's eldest brother. That one didn't go super great, and Mike almost got beat up by an older baseball player. But that's okay. You got some information. And then you started formulating a plan, trying to figure out what was going on. In the process, having a sleepover, taking turns watching your friend Mike to make sure he didn't do anything strange in the middle of the night because he thinks his dreams are being stolen. And you all had weird dreams that have led you to the shores of Hackberry Lake on the edge of Hackberry Park in the southeast Fountain City. You stole a paddle boat and are currently paddling out to the small island in the middle of the lake where you can see something that wasn't there before and definitely wasn't there last time you were out in these woods or in the park. Some buildings and a very large satellite dish. So we're going to pick up with the paddling of the boat. Did you only steal the one boat? I was looking at my notes and I can't remember.
Yep, one boat.
Hired a boat. We left money on the counter.
You did.
We're going to give it
Do that.
Aye.
A
I'm
swan
just
boat
saying.
big enough
Allegedly.
for 2 adults, but the 4 of us and Barry can squeeze in.
Okay. Great. Who is paddling? There's room for 2 people to paddle said boat.
I'm assuming it's what?
I can paddle.
Also move.
Either one is fine. Well,
I'll
I'm gonna
paddle.
say force. Actually, I lied. It's gonna be a force roll. Have 2 of you.
I only have
I
a 5
will.
force.
I roll 9 for force, or I can check my pride if I fail. Be like, I'm a natural athlete. I reckon I can do this.
Okay.
So is Danny gonna do it?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right. So I have Danny and Mike roll force.
Let's get this party started with 2 successes.
Nice.
All right.
Hopefully this isn't like rolling a
No
boat,
success. Heck.
where we just start spinning in circles because one side's succeeding.
So you can, Mike, use one of your successes to give a success to another kid. If you don't, that's probably the paddling's not going to go very well if only one of you is doing well at it.
I will give another success over, and I'll
Thank
slow
you.
down my paddling speed to match theirs.
Stop going so fast.
Okay, so you and Danny, using all of the strength in your legs that you have gained from having to ride your bike everywhere all the time because it's the 80s, I guess. Start paddling the boat across the lake pretty successfully. It's slow going, but no issues. You kind of quietly paddle along and make your way closer and closer to this island. Is there anything you guys are doing or preparing or talking about before you make it across?
Since this is probably the best view that we're getting of the island, Mel's just keeping an eye out for like robots or movement. You know, just trying to get a really good like lay of this island and like where we should probably start our investigation.
Okay. Do. Sorry, I'm reminding myself of what all the
Yeah, I'm
rules
gonna
are.
let you tell me whatever that might be.
I'm probably investigate. Let me look at the other ones real quick. Not that. Nope, not that. Yeah, I'm gonna say investigate.
Okay. Barry probably can't help me with this one.
No.
All right. That is 2 successes.
Okay, so you get to ask 3 questions.
Okay. What does it mean? What does the island know? I'm going to say what is hidden here and where is it? And my other question is going to be what threats can I perceive here? So if those are going to be wrapped up into one answer.
Okay, you get one more.
Oh, I
As
get
the
that.
extra success.
That's
So you
right.
get 2, and then the extra success gives you a 3rd one.
Okay, I'll wait to see. Can I hear the answer to those before I decide on my last one?
Yeah, so you said what's hidden here and where is it, and what was the other one?
What threats can I perceive
What
here?
threats can I perceive here? Okay. Yeah. You see, I was gonna make a lost joke and then I couldn't get there in time. You so we're looking out the island as you get closer to it. You see sort of in the center of the island, like the large silhouette of this satellite dish, and around it what look to be like makeshift buildings. They look, some of them for the most part, they look like the facades of houses like you would see in a neighborhood. And then you can see also as you get closer a few figures kind of moving in between the buildings, slowly, kind of methodically making their way back and forth, like they are patrolling sort of
Okay.
the outside of the area.
Okay. then I think my question would be how, because there's the question, how can I get into, out of, past something? So how can we get past those patrols and into whatever this like compound or town is?
There are, from where you currently stand or sit in the boat, you can see like 3 of them going in between. They move slowly, and it looks to you like they are moving in a pretty predictable back and forth pattern, sort of between 2 points, kind of walking a line in their sort of respective areas around this edge of the, I don't know, town compound area. I don't really know what to call it. So predictable, slow movements. You think if you waited and timed it right, you could
Okay.
probably get in past them. And they're not super close to the water, so you would at least have the ability to like get up on shore and maybe hide behind a rock or something.
Okay. And I need to remember, get a +1 on the next die roll when you use the information, because I always forget that part. So Mel would just point out to the paddlers and say, we should probably set down over like that way. There are people moving over there if we don't want them to see us.
Like, what kind of people?
I can't really tell, but they're look like they're patrolling.
All right. Paddle, 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 paddle.
Do a little grunt as we continue paddling. This is like one. It's a pedal one, right? Yeah. So I don't really need to paddle.
No, with
Just
the feet,
gonna.
no.
Paddle with the pedals.
What
The
is-
pedals.
Pedal
turn the-
power.
they turn the paddle on the back of the boat.
What if I'm secretly a robot and I'm going back home?
How much
All
sleep did you
of
get
these.
last night?
Or what if there's a statue of me because I'm their god? Oh, this is gonna be amazing.
I don't think you got any sleep last night.
Didn't we watch him sleep last night?
This is just Mike.
I can't remember. Oh, we did. We creepy watched him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you creepy watched me. This.
I forgot about that. We did. Oops. I don't know. That was like a month ago, guys.
I
No, this is just what he's always like. And honestly, it's going to make sense if he turns out to be a robot.
Are all Australians robots?
Wait, what's that meant to me?
I don't know. You're the
Takes him a
first Australian
while.
I've met.
I don't think we're robots. How does one check if they're a robot? Is there like a test I could do to see if I pass for a human or not?
This statement is false. Anything?
What?
What statement's false? That makes no sense.
I know. I read it in a book once. Made robots explode or something.
Well, why'd you
That's good to
say
know.
that? What happens if I was a robot? I could have just exploded.
Also, if you're a robot, you'll sink in water. So maybe try getting in the lake and seeing if you
Oh yeah,
sink or
trying to
float.
bust out. I don't know if I said Mike could swim or not. No, but
Oh.
then
Yeah,
who's
but-
gonna paddle
about to find
your
out.
swan boat, huh? Who's gonna paddle the boat?
I'm here paddling.
If robots sink in water, does everyone who's not a robot, does that make them a witch because they float?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second.
No, not Monty Pythoning this thing up.
Did come out in 75.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh. But did it make it across the pond though?
look. We just make it across this little bit of a river without sidetracking for 3 hours.
All right, fine.
This
Where Mel
I
points
just
out.
want to sleep. I haven't had proper sleep in a week. My hair's a mess. I could be a robot, which would mean my hair's fake, which is even more disturbing than not being able to swim or exploding.
Have we made it across yet?
Yeah, I was just waiting to see if you guys were done. You know, listening to you argue is my favorite show.
I love it because
It's better than TV. Yeah, so you guys make it quietly enough to the shore of the little island. I guess I should have given it a name, probably.
Hackberry Island.
Going to be Hackberry Island because that's the name of the park and that's the name of the lake. So you make it onto the island, pulling up. I guess just kind of running the boat into the sand a little bit, to the wet sand. You all hop out onto the shore, now with a pretty good view of what Mel was talking about before. There are a few kind of large-ish rocks. I was gonna say boulders, but that I don't think they're that big. But a few kind of large rocks scattered across the shore that you could theoretically crouch down behind and take some cover behind. But you can see sort of these makeshift buildings, the large satellite dish in the center, and then these figures that are very slowly just patrolling back and forth a few yards away from you.
Yeah, so they seem like they're going in a pattern. So if we just wait for them to move away, we should have a certain amount of time before they come back.
So
what will
we
happen
just
if they see us?
I don't know.
Someone keep an eye on Mike, because it's more than likely to just be like, "Hey, I'm your guard guy."
Hey!
Remind me, it is night right now, right? Like, or is-
It's yes, it is.
came after the pep rally, right?
It's like, yeah, by the time you guys finished everything up there and then made it out here, it's probably like early evening. So it's not totally dark, but
okay.
well, it's not even a little bit dark because it's Alabama and it's like September. So
Is there any type of weapon around? Hard rock, a big club, a metal arm.
there's some rocks.
I would like to pick up some rock.
Okay, you pick up some rocks. You have some rocks now.
Are you collecting now? Why are you picking up rocks?
Because I don't want to punch something metal if we get attacked. I'd rather primitive fight and throw a rock at it, which won't hurt my hand.
Okay. Maybe we don't fight things, because they might just be people.
Yeah. I mean, what is our plan here? Are we trying to get to the satellite dish and just poke around inside?
Try and get my dreams back.
I think the satellite dish is probably the best bet. If we can find wherever that is and get to it, then just turn off whatever's happening, right? Or figure out if that's actually what's causing it. So no rock throwing unless just no rock throwing.
I don't live in a glass house. I can throw the first rock. Okay.
You're mixing your metaphors there.
It's probably in my dreams somewhere, the correct one. But hey, look, if we get under attack, you're gonna be happy I have these rocks. Just saying. Or I was gonna call my bird friends down. Did the robin follow us over on the boat, or did it ditch us?
No,
Betray
it didn't make it this
us.
far.
All right, ready to go?
Yep.
All right, so you wait for an opportune moment, and you're going to try to sneak towards the center of the island.
Yes.
Let's do some sneak rolls.
Now, I assume, does everyone get a +1, or is it just me that gets the +1?
Just you.
Okay.
I got 2 successes. Oh,
I might need one.
I got one. One success.
I got 0.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
use a luck.
Okay.
I got 1.
Okay.
I guess I can pass one on to Axel. It seems to be I'm just carrying this whole team today. It's like
Doing
just step
great.
where I stand.
Appreciate it.
All right. So that's a success for everybody. So yeah, the 4 of you and Barry sort of wait for an opportune moment until this figure has its back turned away from you, and then you sneak sort of around these rocks and past it very quietly and into what you can see now looks like a little town. As you get closer, you see the facades of these buildings look like pretty standard houses like you would see in your neighborhood, kind of painted slapdash, like some different colors of paint painted up on them. The facades themselves, you can see as you kind of get close, are kind of propped up against what looks like these very makeshift like shacks, or like a couple of them look like they are like large containers that have been sort of stacked up on top of each other. They're fake houses is what I'm getting at, with like the sort of facade of a house on the front and then just sort of stuff cobbled together behind it. So it looks like a weird, uncanny neighborhood.
We on a movie set.
Think so.
The cameras around.
There are no movie cameras around.
Maybe Hollywood's come to. Yeah, no, Hollywood wouldn't come here.
How like detailed are these cut? Is this something that's like some sort of like entertainment thing, like a movie set or like an old western town or something, or more like a like military training grounds or something like that?
It's more like that, yeah. They're not remotely nice enough or high quality enough to be anything like a movie set or anything like that. They're just sort of cobbled together and kind of half painted, like a small child painted them.
Huh. Can we get do we get close enough to these people patrolling to see what they look like?
If you want to.
I mean, not particularly. Just ask Dewey.
The one
happy
that
to
is, yeah, the one that's walking away from you. I mean, you would have to get somewhere near it. And again, it's not, it's not like pitch black outside or anything like that. I think the sun is setting. So they're casting some shadows, but yeah, it is like this vaguely humanoid form. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a weird, skinny, bald guy. It's got sort of this like rounded, smooth head, kind of this long frame, like long, skinny legs, long, skinny arms. And if you look close enough, it is not. I mean, it's not like chrome dome or anything, but it is like painted this like white and red color.
So a robot.
Could be.
What if they're friendly? The birds were friendly. We'd make some new friends. Do you want to say hello?
I don't think we
No,
want
the
to take that
movies.
risk.
Yeah, the
But
movies
yeah, it could be.
often are patrollers friendly.
Well, they're normally misunderstood. They probably think people sneaking in.
Which we are.
Yeah, well, if we didn't sneak, we wouldn't be sneaking in.
We're already sneaking, so it's too late for that. So stay quiet.
continue the sneak.
You're doing my homework for this. I'm listening to your instructions.
All right, so you continue to move
So just
towards the center.
Yeah.
All right, so you make your way, sort of darting between these buildings, hiding next to them, checking your, around the corners, making sure there's no one watching you, and you move closer to the area with the satellite dish. You can see it from where you are. It's a small island, so sort of sitting in the center of the island. There is this makeshift fence around it, made out of cobbled together. Some of it's pieces of wood. A couple of places the fence kind of butts up against just these very large rocks that have just been moved to sit there and block part of it. Just pieces of metal, scrap, that kind of thing, that are kind of blocking it in. And then in the center, you can see this one large, sort of low, again, pieced together rectangular steel building. And then right behind it, this large piecemeal satellite dish. So you make your way around and in. As you get closer to this this fence in this building in the center, you can see on the outside sort of some loose wires and everything, looking, again, sort of strange and hastily put together, but moving back and forth and looking like they're working some security cameras.
Would be cameras or security guards?
Cameras?
Just making sure.
Oh man, if only somebody picked up something we could, projectile at the camera so it doesn't work. Man, who would have been smart enough to grab something like that? Hell,
So-
did you get anything that you couldn't deal with this?
Don't be an ass.
I'm just asking.
So you want to throw rocks at the cameras to break them? I mean, that might just draw more attention, though. The cameras break, they're just going to come out to see what broke them.
And we can see what they are. And if it removes, is there more than one camera? Is there a camera on the other side of the building?
Yeah, there's one on each corner on this side, so there's two of them on this side.
So maybe if we broke one on the other side where we don't need the thing watching it, would go investigate and no one would be watching us move in.
So, you said there are wires hanging loose from some of the cameras?
Mm-hmm.
If I can get close to one, I might be able to do something and mess with that. I mean, I've learned a couple things on the robotics club that might help us out here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Would you get electrocuted? I'm just...
I can't imagine they're running enough power through it to be, that dangerous at least.
So what's the plan?
I'm gonna watch to see, try and find the blind spot of the cameras, and then sneak in or rush in and cross the wires until it doesn't work.
Try to disable cameras or try breaking them.
Because I mean,
Might as well be loud too.
if the wires get messed up, everything here looks slapped together enough that they might, not think too much of it. But if one of them's smashed and there's a rock there too, they're gonna know someone came and did something.
Or it fell from the sky.
Let's go with Axel's idea first. Rocks is a
see how
backup
it is.
We
plan.
do. Yeah, we have backup now.
Rock beats everything in scissors, paper, rock. Just saying.
That is fundamentally untrue.
You didn't break the scissors or rip the paper. If you wrap paper around rock, it's still breaking the scissors just with paper as its weapon.
You are right, though. It's still... You're in a very technical sense, you're right. But in this instance, let's just wait for the rock.
Okay.
All right, so Axel, you're gonna make your way toward this fence. Are you gonna sneak?
Uh, So currently we only see the cameras, no patrolling guards around here.
Yep.
I think instead of sneaking, I'm going to try to watch for like the cameras to not be looking somewhere and try and get there quickly.
And run. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can roll to move
Yeah, because I have one more to that than to sneak.
to run fast.
Gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
Still nothing. What are my options again?
You can push your roll. So you can mark a condition and then re-roll all of your failed dice, or you can check your pride.
Don't think my pride is gonna help me here. So I think I'm gonna try pushing my luck.
Okay.
So I'll roll again and then take a condition.
You mark the condition first.
Yes. So I think probably I'm gonna go with scared because I think maybe didn't quite figure out the pattern enough and the camera's starting to come back around, and so I get freaked out over here.
Okay.
One success that time.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, you get a little freaked out, a little scared, but ultimately you make your way over, sort of scrambling over one of the low parts of the fence and sort of run, and then kind of press yourself up against the edge of the building where the cameras cannot see you. As far as you know.
Mm-hmm. And so then I'll try and make my way under the camera closest to where we are and start mashing wires together, hopefully using something I learned from Robotics Club.
Okay, that's gonna be... I'm gonna say Tinker, because I think that's got the...
Well, program has manipulate electronic items.
Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do. Are you just mashing wires together and trying to get the camera to go off, or are you trying to do something more complex with it?
I imagine maybe Axel has learned enough that it's like, okay, if I put these wires together, it'll hinder its movement, and so it like won't cover its full range, and so it'll have a big enough blind spot all the time for everyone else to sneak through.
Okay, yeah, we can do program for that. So that'll be program, and your effects will come from manipulate.
Well, gonna spend another luck point.
Okay.
Just burning through everything. One success there.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say, let's see. Yeah, that works for me. So yeah, you think about it for a second and then take a couple of specific wires, kind of peeling back some of the coating on the outside, mash them together, do a little jury-rigging, little programming, and you can see the camera above you kind of sputter a little bit, and then it starts to turn back away from you, and then starts kind of stuttering against itself and kind of gets stuck in that away position, so it's not going to turn back towards you and where your friends are in the center.
And I'll wave my friends over.
Axel frantically waving as you guys see the camera kind of stuck on one side. You go?
We run.
All right, you run. You've got more time now and only one camera really to deal with, so I won't make you roll for that. Yeah, the three of you following Axel's lead sort of scramble over a low part of the fence and make your way over to this sort of long, low building. What do you want to do?
So what do we have in front of us?
So in front of you, you've got a very long, sort of corrugated metal wall. You can go sort of to your left underneath this malfunctioning camera, sort of sticking to the wall, and go around the side. That would take you sort of more in toward the satellite dish.
I think that's the way we want to go, right?
So you move around the building, going around the corner towards the short side of the building. There is a metal door, kind of a makeshift metal door leading into the building. And then in front of you, again, with kind of a small makeshift fence around it, you can see now very close to you this huge standing satellite dish.
Is there like a control area for it? Like, can we see where like the control room is for the satellite dish, or like where it runs to? I mean, or is it like a building it's that directly sitting on top of?
No, but I mean, the building that you're next to is directly
Would be the
next to
one
it.
that's controlling it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do we want to do? Do we want to figure out what it's doing here, or just go and try to turn it off?
I'm probably the least qualified person for both of those.
Take a look at it and figure out what it's doing.
Hit it with a rock.
Well, maybe
That's all I can do, really.
maybe if, since the two of you know like how this thing might work, looking at Axel and Danny, like, do you guys want to go look at the satellite and try to figure it out, and Mike and I will go into the building and see what's in there and see if we can figure out what they're doing? Or should we just all go in the building first and see what's going on?
What's the worst thing that can happen if we split up? Oh, we get the job done faster.
Right.
There's no danger.
And the longer we're here, the more
Or-
chance we're getting caught, so...
Or is it better one smart technology person pairs up with someone who's not technology smart? What happens if the technology's in the building and we send them over to the satellite dish?
Let's just all go into the building then. That's just gonna make more sense.
Should one of us non-technology smart people check first in case there's an evil robot looking at us and that person can run off in a different direction?
Like a distraction or something?
Yeah, and the smart people stay alive.
I don't think anyone's gonna die, but if you wanna
Oh, you don't
try the door
know.
first.
I was gonna suggest Mel, but I can if you want. He's a cross-country runner. You've seen him run. He's like, I don't know who was like the Olympics world number, like who's the gold medalist lately back then. But he just,
You do realize the point of cross country is more about stamina than speed, right?
yeah, and they may have to do laps around this island a lot of times. But okay, I'll open the door. Is there even a door, or is it just a door frame that's always open?
There's a door.
Okay. Is it locked?
It is not. You push on the makeshift metal door. It swings inwards, and you see inside what looks like a control room of some sort. It goes very far back, sort of all the way to the end of this building. On one side, there are these large sort of computer monitors with consoles near them, and then sort of down at the end, you can't really see too well because it's dim in here, except for the light coming off of the monitor. So it looks like there is sort of some more stuff down at the other end of the.
I have dark vision. I'm a rope.
You don't. You don't.
Hey.
That's spooky. No, too much.
I guess Mike would give like a, it looks safe. And he walks in. And the little hand wobbles like, I think it's safe, can't see all of it.
Well, we follow if you go in.
Okay, so you make your way into the room. Again, you see these monitors on one side. You don't see anything moving or anything like that. As you look at them, you can see them sort of cycling through different images, things like that. For the most part, it's pretty inane stuff. Sort of families sitting down to have dinner, people going out in their cars or on bikes, people going to the movies, that kind of thing. Just general sort of everyday things that people might do. You sort of make your way down to towards the other end, and you see what look like these essentially these large like pods that are down at the other end. There are different sort of mismatched chairs kind of along the walls with all of these sort of wires and stuff around them, and then these large metal somethings, pods sort of like lifted up over top of them.
But one could sit on a chair without the pod necessarily automatically going down, right?
You don't know.
Just don't touch anything.
Mike's about to sit down when you say don't touch anything. It's like, this could be something that could fix my hair. Like, does it look like one of those things in the hair salon the ladies have put on their heads?
Kind of, yeah, but it's way bigger. Like if it came down on top of you, it'd probably cover most of you.
Who wants to test it out?
We should look for documentation or something first. I mean, I can see if I can do anything with the computers.
Instruction manuals. They're always boring. This is normally 0 pictures in them. The ones that are in there are really hard to understand.
I'm gonna start
I mean,
looking.
I'll keep watch. I'll keep watch.
Okay.
Mel's gonna start looking around the room for like, I don't know, like ledgers or logbooks or filing cabinets.
Okay. Yeah, you take a quick look around. It's pretty much all computers.
Shit.
Yes. So I'll close the door and sit down on the ground in front of it. So if something tries to push it, I'm like there as a doorstop.
Okay.
Have
So-
we noticed any other doors into this building, or is that the only one?
Oh, just that one.
Okay.
All right, I've only like used a computer like once before, so I'm not really sure how these things work.
Okay. Right. For some reason, I was thinking
Figure
you
it
had
out.
good tech, but you've got good mind, right?
Yeah, I don't. I have a bad tech.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll figure this out.
Well, I do have. Okay, my calculate is 4,
Oh,
but the rest of
I'm
them
gonna
are
lie.
bad.
Mike's got a 1, but every time he's had to roll 1 die, it's been a success. So just putting it out there.
Which
I'm
I
pretty
actually
good odds.
I guess looking at
I'm
it,
just-
calculate is the one that figures out how machines work. So, I don't know if anyone else has a better calculate than that.
I would have a total of 4 for
Okay.
calculate.
Just the 1.
5.
5.
Yeah.
Maybe Danny goes because
Yeah.
I'm down to 1 luck point.
Okay.
Do we have a plan? I could tell you all what to do.
I don't know that any of us would listen to Mike currently.
This day he's like, okay. All right. Well, I can try to show you how it works, Mel. You just like takes
Yeah.
a seat at one of the computers.
Mel just
well,
grabs
first you gotta turn
another
it off.
grabs another chair, like scoots it up next to, and just like watches, trying to figure this out. Because again, it's 86, and I don't think Mel's ever used a computer before.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you even most of you even have computers.
Yeah, I bet
Probably
there was
not.
like a day in like robotics class that they like brought one or something.
I imagine the
They're
school
like,
might have
"Here's how a
one
computer works."
very like
Yes.
Yeah. You've seen a computer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can figure out how it works. Roll plus calculate.
Okay.
Calculate plus tech.
Don't forget, rock beats everything. So if you need it fixed, I got this.
Just smash it. That is 2 successes.
Okay, so that
for-
is one, two,
look at these
3
lists.
questions total.
Okay. Well, should we say how does it work?
Yeah, I was either
What-
thinking
well-
that or what's its purpose.
Yeah. Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe what's its purpose?
So
Okay.
you're gonna get 3 questions total, but yeah, its purpose.
Okay. So you take a look, sort of flipping through one of the computers, trying to figure out what's going on, where the signal's coming from. I think you can tell the satellite dish is hooked up to the computers. Just hook it up to these other chair contraptions that are down at the other end of the room. The computer monitors sort of looking at what they are flipping through right now. They seem to just be sort of cycling through files, like images, videos that are saved to them. So they're not actually like taking in a signal right now, but in theory how it would work is the satellite dish will take in some kind of signal from somewhere, sort of stream that to these computers, which will then save them, and the computers will then transfer those files to the chair contraptions.
So if they're taking people's dreams and putting them into the robots?
They're like trying to teach robots how to be like people. See all those like all the videos and stuff is just like everyday life, and they got those like fake houses out there.
Why are Yeah.
Why? Exactly. Can we tell who built it? What's
Well, you
Yes.
haven't seen any people on the island. You have seen some robots.
Okay.
This kind of technology you would imagine probably came from Dart, because you don't know who else would have it. But it doesn't seem like so far there are any humans on the island, so you can probably make assumptions from there.
I love that one of the questions on here is it illegal? Okay, but what should our third question be though? I know what it does.
Maybe how can we use it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you think of different questions now, or is it just those?
If you have another question, you can ask it.
You got an idea of something else, Fair?
I do. Mike doesn't. Mike, to be honest, Mike's probably falling asleep because he's sitting down, resting against the wall, and
It hasn't slept very
yeah.
well.
That could be. How do you like stop it?
Yeah. Well, because I was thinking that how can I use it might encompass like
Yeah.
being able to turn it off. But I think, yeah, more specifically, how do we?
But yeah, Mike's probably nodding off, so you may hear a little snoring coming from the door.
As he's sleeping, does the whole contraption power on? It's like dream detected. Wait for me.
Unfortunately, it does not. Or fortunately, I guess, depending on who you are.
True.
Fortunately, after you with the dream, he would have.
Okay, so yeah, how can I use it? So I guess it's our final question.
Okay. Yeah, how can you use it? It seems like to actually be able to receive any of these files, you would have to have the correct ports or things that could theoretically be plugged into wires and plugs and things. So probably not a machine that can be used on humans. To they can't download files because they're not computers. Um, but you could, in theory, either through the computers or through some sort of sabotage, turn it off. It would be relatively easy to sort of turn it off, power the whole thing down from where you are. It wouldn't be permanent. You could turn it back on. You could find a way. I mean, most of the wires and the cords and everything are exposed, so you could smash it. I don't know if it has any sort of practical use for you in particular. You could look through people's dreams, though, as they're all saved on a computer.
As we're searching, do we find like an index of like people in the town and their dreams?
Yeah.
You don't. All of the files seem to be, or all of the dreams seem to be separated out into these files, like thematically. It's like a
Oh.
Blockbuster, but for dreams.
Most popular section is Mike's dream.
But yeah, so they're not labeled by person or anything like that. But there are some that trend more towards like everyday life. There are some that trend towards relationships. There are some that trend towards like the more like fantastical dreams. There's like nightmares and stuff like that.
Well, I don't think we can really access any of the stuff in here because it seems like it's more of someone who may or may not be a robot.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so we can just turn this off, pull out the wires, and they won't be able to do this anymore. But it still doesn't answer
Fix it.
why.
Yeah, I mean, they might just figure out a way to fix it, turn it back on.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I mean, I obviously haven't been as affected by the sleep deprivation as everyone, as Mike over there and a lot of the other people in town. But I think for now, at least we turn it off, and then if people start getting weird again, we can come back out and try diplomacy or something.
Unless the robots take it as a declaration of war that we turned it off and they start attacking the town.
That would also be bad. I mean, we could try talking to them first, I guess.
Yeah. It might be worth seeing if we can, like, observe them for a little bit and see what they, like, if they talk to each other and, like, what they say and what they do, if they're, like, what else they have going on here.
It's getting kind of late. Maybe if we, like, wait it out until, like, nighttime when people are going to sleep, maybe they'll come back in here and access some more dreams and we can see if there's more to it.
Are there, like, ducks we can hide in or something? No.
What are ducks gonna do? I know they're tough, but what are they gonna do? How are you gonna hide in one? Mel, how are you gonna hide in a duck?
Did you have fun with that?
Swan boat.
Did you have fun with that, Barry? Was this worth it?
So much.
I mean,
I'm
Uh,
asleep for that.
No, it doesn't seem like the robots have central air.
Damn. I thought they'd have a sick cooling rig like I don't know, like liquid cooling or something.
It's called the lake.
okay, so there might not be anything right now, but look, this place is cobbled together. Maybe we could take some of the scrap from outside, build ourselves a little hidey hole. Maybe they won't notice.
There's a
Maybe.
boat we could just sleep on.
No, like we need to hide in here though. We can't bring the boat in here, Mike.
They may be like, oh man, that's a big swan. I've seen that in a dream. Let's not go near it. It's dangerous.
Is there anything in the room that we could potentially like hide behind or in or something?
I mean, there's theoretically the computers. Again, there's not a whole lot in here. I mean, outside there is sort of a lot of scrap and everything laying around.
What if, because I'm imagining it's one of the big computers and has like the big like housings to it and like a probably big like table or something that sits on. Is there any way we can like open up a panel, get inside, and actually like hide inside the computer?
Files are in the computer.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff in there we're gonna have to take out, and it's probably gonna break the computer. So they might open it up and check. But
If there's a way we could do it without breaking the computer, would that be
Puts the rock
possible?
down.
I don't know. I don't think any of you know what the inside of a supercomputer looks like.
We can find out. Picks the rock up.
or I mean,
Unless.
did these guys use Phillips head screws and stuff, or is rock gonna be our best bet for opening this up?
Yeah, do we see
Rock
any
is
like
always
seams or?
best bet.
Yeah, there are sort of holding on the front, like bottom panel. There are some large, like bolts
I-
that could theoretically be undone.
Wasn't there also a house someone dreamt about? There's still
Yeah, I
one
mean-
person's dream we haven't interacted with.
Thought I saw metal people inside a house, but I mean, it could
Is this
just be
the
that.
house?
No, definitely wasn't this. It looks like a house. I'm trying to remember if I saw. If in the dream it seemed like a full put together house, or if it was still
Hard
very.
to say.
Yeah. It could just be, we've got fake houses out there, but none of them looks like there was actually a house inside.
Okay. I think it should be clear Mike's awake. He's just a little drifting off and wake.
One other thought: are there any windows or like a skylight or anything like that in this room? No. Damn, they thought of everything. They're really worried about getting you served in here.
Yeah, but let's just point out they took my dreams. Maybe I could just be a dream.
I mean, it seems like they took a lot of people's dreams.
You're
Yeah.
thinking because they
It's
took
just
your
mine.
dreams that if they saw you, they might just assume you were a dream.
Or a god, one of those two. my
Alright.
money's on the second one, but the first one could work.
Well, I think the only option then is going to be what Axel was saying, is like trying to create some sort of. I just feel like they're going to notice if there's suddenly a bunch of scrap piled up in a corner.
Maybe not in here, but what if we rearrange some of the scrap outside and did it seem like there was maybe some extra scrap lying around, or was it all incorporated into the building and the fence? And
Most of it is incorporated into something, but again, the fence is really just a bunch of junk leaning up against each other. So
maybe we could hide somewhere in and around the fence, and then once we see people come in here, we could try and sneak a peek at what they're up to.
Yeah.
And hey,
Awesome.
worst case, we say y'all have been spying on us. We thought we should spy on you, see what you're up to.
Let's find you right back.
Okay, that's probably our best bet if we want to. If we're not going to just like break all this now, I would just, like you said, they're probably just going to fix it if we break it now.
Did we want to check the rest of the island instead of just sitting in one spot for hours where they may not even come back? Maybe it's the weekend. Maybe they have it off and they don't have to get brainwashed on the weekend. I wouldn't want to be brainwashed on the weekend. That seems like schoolwork. So that seems like
Once again, your
Being
first
brainwashed, maybe
the
they're-
first part of your thought made sense, and then it sort of devolved. Yeah, we can look around a little bit more.
plus don't I have a game tomorrow? Like I've got to be rested up for that, so I need my dreams back. So what if they stole all the plays? They're working for the other school. They're spies.
I don't know
These
how
are all
you come up with this.
possibilities.
Now,
You
are red and
can't-
white the colors of our rival? I forget if we've determined what our rival's colors are.
I don't think so. I don't even know if we determined
No.
what you guys' school colors were.
We have a red.
Shoot.
I thought we
we
specific.
are
Purple
orange and
goes.
black and white.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, because we were gonna do
you.
red and white, and Savannah was vehemently against that.
I
Because
said
Yeah.
no.
Because that's associated with the robots.
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
why.
it was
yeah.
already dibbed, and we couldn't.
Damn
Yep.
it.
You know what? Sure, your rival school's colors are red and white.
Look at
Have
that.
it.
They're here to steal the plays. They know.
Alright.
Oh man. we have to
You
change
keep-
everything.
you keep thinking about that. Let's see if there's anything else around here.
So you want to do some more exploring?
Hmm.
Okay, you're gonna try to be sneaky about it.
Yes, I assume so.
Okay.
Look, if you guys tell me we're not being sneaky, that's not good. And
Roll for sneaks.
Sneak.
I'm good.
One success.
Okay.
None for me.
2
Oh,
for
no.
me.
Okay, Mr.
So-
2, would you like to give a success to another kid?
Or
Or would you like to find something
No, I'll-
unexpected or more
I
what you're
know.
looking for?
Axel's cussing is finding something unexpected.
If you pick more of what you were looking for, I'm putting more robots on the island.
Yeah, I'll go. So Danny succeeded on hers too.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll give it to Axel.
Okay, so you get success to Axel. So that is 1 for everybody. So you go out of the building, sort of creeping around past the satellite dish, and you look around. Again, it's a small island. You can do this relatively easily and quickly. Again, you come across 1 or 2 more of these sort of slender, red and white painted metal people, sort of patrolling back and forth. But you've done it before. You could do it again, easy enough to sort of wait until they hit the end of their pattern, and make your way past them. And yeah, again, you just see several more of these buildings with these sort of house facades kind of leaned up against them. But on one of them, you can see it looks larger than the others. It looks like there are several like shipping containers, like those large containers, sort of 2 next to each other, and then 2 kind of stacked up with this large like fake this large like house facade leaning up against it. And then out in front of the facade, they have built like a makeshift, like a porch, like a patio type thing, like a front porch, with a little handrail. And you can see a figure out there in a rocking chair sitting on the front porch.
Karen. Brainwashing seems to be her thing.
It is not Karen.
Does the figure that's on the rocking chair also look like a robot?
It does. It is a sort of shorter, stockier build than the rest, made of this like metal and then pieces of it, this like red and white plastic. It's wearing a like a beige trench coat and is holding like a tobacco pipe.
Sean really wants to talk to these robots now.
I'm all for it. I'm their god, so
Because now these are cowboy robots, and I like them.
I'm offer
Yeah.
Westworld.
Yeah, okay,
More
hopefully
rich.
not that kind of cowboy robot.
Rip.
Those aren't the fun kind.
I heard trench coat and went to private eye.
Ah.
All right.
Hold up the rock and look at Mel.
I'll be honest, that's not what I expected.
What? So, what were you expecting though? Like, is there something you were expecting?
Can I?
There's porch and a rocking chair, thinking an old lady tap.
Can I try to empathize with the robot by observing
You
it?
have to talk
The-
to it.
The ability to
It's not abilities
study,
very often.
it just says the ability to study what makes a person, an animal, or a conscious robot or cyborg tick, and how to find its weaknesses. You need time to study or talk to the creature or person to be able to roll for the skill. So just watching them for a bit, try to gauge.
Yeah,
their,
you can
personality.
observe it. You're gonna probably have to observe it for a little while.
Mhm.
But you can if you want to like hide out and just watch it.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. It does say conscious robot right in there.
Yeah. I mean, there are other people
This
that
game
probably
is ready for everything.
are probably better at this skill than I am, but
I really want to see what happens if we get detected.
I mean, it is a
Aren't we
detective
all?
robot.
all right.
Yeah, it's empathize. That's empathize plus mind.
Can I make an argument that dogs are very good judges of characters? And that if Barry gets a good vibe
And?
from this robot, then it
And
would
he will tell you this how?
by wagging his tail and looking
Really?
excited to go talk to him.
Okay.
Running up to it. Barry hasn't rolled a stealth roll at all this whole time on the island. He's probably being detected.
It's not a character. He doesn't have to. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Sweet.
Every time I regret letting you have a dog.
So do I. So do I.
That is 2 successes.
Okay. This is the same as the other ones, so 2 questions.
That rolled way
plus
too many dice.
1.
Hold on. Why did that roll? I was just
9.
double checking. That rolled 9 dice. That's
Rolled
not
9.
right. I did empathize, right?
Your empathize is 2. Yeah, no, it is, because your mind is 5. So that's 7.
It's not a
plus 2
mind
for Barry, it's 9. Yes,
It's
it
a
is.
mine still.
Oh, it
I
is.
said empathize plus mine.
Oh,
At the top
that's
of the
right.
thing.
Empathize is mind. Why do I keep thinking empathize is heart? Never
Nope.
mind.
Hey guys, when I tell you what the rules are, I'm telling the truth.
Right. Thank you.
Am
One
I?
game master always tells the truth. One game master always lies.
When I tell you what dice to roll.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
9 is right if you're adding Barry. That's right.
Yeah. That is a sentence right there.
Let's check your sheet. Yeah.
Mind is right is if you're adding Barry.
What can I say?
Wow.
Okay, so 3 questions. Excuse me. On one roll, when you use the information you get plus
Okay.
1.
So I get 3 questions or 5 or 4 questions.
You get 3 questions. So you get 2 for a base success, and then you get 1 additional question for every other success.
All right, because I had 2 successes. Right. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Math is hard.
My brain has stopped working. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
okay.
So. What do they want? I want to know, like, do they seem friendly? I guess
mean-
if I can go off menu.
Yeah, that's fine. As much as any old man in a trench coat smoking a pipe on his front porch can seem friendly. I mean, it depends. I don't know. Depends on your experience with your neighbors, I guess. He is not sitting there sort of overtly hostile or anything like that. But you do see in the sort of corner of the porch, sort of leaning up in the corner against the facade of the house, a shotgun.
Oh,
But he's just sitting there holding a pipe.
that
Get off
escalates
my
things.
lawn. This is taking a while for Mel to do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there have been a couple times where Mike has started to get up and Axel will try and pull him back down.
It's like, look, if somebody interacting is going to help you with this, I can't do anything with computers, but I can run and paddle and then come back.
Let me ask. I guess I'm gonna ask one other question, and then I might save my last one to see if we go talk to them. But
Yeah.
what will they do? Is the question. I guess specifically is what does it seem like they'll do if we approach?
Again, I mean, he's sort of sitting there, I guess, as relaxed as a robot can look. It is not looking overtly hostile. So you imagine it will probably be pretty startled to see some humans, but it's not sitting there like gun across its lap or anything. So I mean, it's possible that it would talk to you.
Okay, guys. I'm getting a good vibe from this robot.
As in, like, what type of good vibe? Like, this guy's going to be fun to party with, or
Like,
how you doing?
they might actually talk to us and not just like, I don't know, kidnap us.
Okay, so we're just going to walk up. I'm
Yeah.
really excited now. I'll make sure the rocks aren't visible.
Yeah, maybe leave the rocks
Okay, you
in the
put the rocks
bush.
in your pocket.
Okay, or in your pocket.
Well, I still have my
Underneath this hat.
iconic item of my NFL football. I had to specify because if I just wrote football, I'm not going to picture NFL ball. So I always have that. I don't know if I can hide that somewhere.
I don't think they're going to be as threatened by a football.
Oh, they would be if they've seen my dreams. What I can do with one of these, it's amazing.
All right. Does anyone want to hang back, or should we just go, the four of us?
I'm literally just about to take a step out into the open. Unless somebody... I was pretty much given permission to go out into the open.
Mike's going. What are the other ones of you doing?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe one of us should stay back here just in case. Axel, what do you want to do?
Maybe the two of us should hang back just in case, because if something goes wrong and all three of us get caught, I mean, no offense, but it's gonna be a lot harder for just one of you to rescue all of us.
Sounds good. I'll go with Mike then, and we'll just run if they start shooting.
Alright.
Or we take the gun off of them.
N-
Maybe the gun's as scrappy as everything else in this place. Don't worry.
Do you have a
They're not gonna
permit? You
shoot their
can't.
guard.
You can't use it if you
They're
don't
not
have a
gonna shoot their
permit.
guard. They're not gonna shoot their guard. We got this.
Okay.
Okay, so the two of you step out. Axel and Danny staying behind, and you make your way toward the robot on the porch. You approach. Do you do anything else to make yourself known, or you just kind of walk up?
I was going to mention to Mel that if we both die, the school's in trouble tomorrow because they lost their key cheerleader and quarterback. It's kind of terrifying.
Neither of those things are true. Hi.
You wave hello, calling out hi, and you see the sort of red and white metal head turn your way, and then the robot sort of takes the pipe and pretends like he's blowing it out, but he doesn't breathe and it's not lit. So, and then sticks it in his trench coat pocket and like puts his hands on his knees and leans forward, and then kind of awkwardly waves back.
Gonna mimic their wave. Is this like some new theme park?
I don't know.
It's a really terrible theme park.
Does it seem awkward in that
for
that's
the
the best
sky.
it can articulate, or that it's kind of like a awkward wave?
No, its arms just don't articulate as well as human arms.
Evening. Hi.
It sits there, not moving for a second, and then you hear this kind of tinny voice come out of where its sort of mouth would be. It says, "Hello, small humans. Welcome."
Hi. Thank you.
Talking to you, I'm not small. I'm taller than you by like half an inch.
What's your name?
I am DAV4.
Dave, how's it going?
You can call me Dave.
Hi,
I
Dave.
just did. He's not the brightest. That's coming from me.
Yeah, just be nice. There's still a
Can
gun.
I help you, human children, with something?
Yes, we're. Do you have a dog?
People came back.
Is there a
from
robot
shop.
dog?
No, there's not a real.
Damn, I want there to be a robot dog for Barry to play with.
Comes out
can't
on
do that.
wheels, just.
Quiet, Barry.
Can't do that one.
We were visiting your island here, and just like looks to Mike, because doesn't really know what to say.
Why are you stealing my dreams?
Oh, okay, yep.
Why, whatever do you mean?
I mean, I sleep, you steal my dream, you store it in your building, and you brainwash other robots with it. Why are you
We-
trying to be me?
Stolen nothing from nobody. But if you're going to be hostile, I think you should leave.
No,
Just
no.
standing here asking a question.
We're
I
not.
don't like your attitude, Sonny.
Okay,
Robot
Mike.
Dave.
Just hold on for a second. Dave, well, my name is Mel. We didn't even know that you were living here on this island. How long have you been living here for?
We just moved in.
Oh, yeah? Like a few weeks ago, or
13 days ago.
well, welcome.
Thank you.
Where did you move here from?
Across the lake.
Which side?
He sort of raises up a metal arm and points to the west.
Isn't that where
westerly direction?
that's where Dart is, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what everything is.
Yeah,
I guess it's true.
Outside.
The world just ends to the east of Hackberry Lake. We
Just
only have
stops.
this square of.
Yeah, there's just a wall that you run into.
Welcome. How many? Is it your family here, or are you like friends, or?
Yes, my family lives here.
How many?
2 so far,
Besides you, or including you?
including me.
Well, welcome. We noticed you have this really big like satellite dish over there. What's that for?
Oh, that is how we collect information.
Cool.
Steal information or what?
What kind of information?
Well, about everyday life.
And you just to learn.
To have the freedom like humans have.
That makes sense. Are you planning on staying here, or are you
Yes.
okay? Well, it's very. Do you mind if we visit, or do you mind having visitors?
You really shouldn't until everything is finished.
Finished. Well, what are you finishing?
Our town.
Right.
It looks lovely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do understand mocking.
I'm not mocking.
I think it's time for you two to leave.
Right. Okay. We'll leave then. It was nice to meet you, Dave. If there's anything that we can help you with, just let us know. We live in town, so I'm if you're wanting to visit or see, just let us know.
That's all right, Mel.
Okay.
Did you give him your name?
I did.
I wasn't really paying attention because there was a dog barking and I missed part of this conversation.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye.
A question, Dave. Would you like to come to a football match tomorrow?
No.
Like you say, you want to learn about how to be a human. We could teach you without, having to wait for night time to get information.
No. Thank you.
I can teach you how to play catch.
You two seem to know a lot.
No, we really.
You said that
really
you gathered
don't.
information.
Come on, Mike. Come on,
and you
Mike.
wanted
Time to
learn
go.
To be a human.
I never said at night.
Well, that's when I sleep and you steal my dreams, so I gathered it's nighttime.
I think it's time you two.
It's stealing my information, or what?
He stands up out of the chair, and he sort of reaches up and fiddles around like on his shoulder underneath the trench coat, and then from a little ways off, you hear an alarm start to go off.
Well, that's a neat trick.
Mel just grabs Mike by the collar and starts to run.
Where are we running?
He awkwardly waves.
I guess into the tree line, like just trying to get out of sight so we can hide somewhere.
Okay. There aren't a whole lot of trees on this very small island in the center of the lake.
Well, just anywhere we can hide out of sight of Dave.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull my rocks out and get ready for war.
Yeah, you can run towards like one side of the neighborhood, and duck behind a couple of buildings sort of near the shoreline. Shortly after that, you see as the alarm sort of sounds, two of those like tall, thin robots sort of making their way toward Dave on his porch. And then they sort of spread out after they stand there for a moment. You can't tell if they're talking because they don't have mouths that move, but you imagine they are communicating somehow. And then the two sentries sort of spread out and start sort of methodically making their way in between the buildings.
Were Axel and Danny still close enough to be able to hear the conversation that they had?
Bits and pieces. I mean, a lot of it was like codes and commands and letters and numbers, things like that.
Should we head back to the boat or something? Those two just ran off.
Yeah, we should probably at least get to the boat and then we can figure out what we want to do from there.
All right. Try to sneak away from these guys who are now searching.
Okay, yeah, I think you guys are okay because you were sort of off in a different direction than they ran, so you can sneak back to the boat. Mel and Mike, are you doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have the two of you roll to sneak. Or to run, depending.
I could have taken it on. Just... I just want to point out, he said that his family, there was like 2 of them, including him. There's 2 other Terminator robots right there.
Clearly not family.
So who's the other family member? Maybe they're the nice one. Where's this alarm coming from? Was it coming from him?
No, it's sort of coming from the center where the satellite dish is.
Yeah, we got to remove that before
Oh.
I go and beat his robot ass to the ground.
Did you roll a sneak?
I
Yeah, I got one.
got 2. So could I find something unexpected or more than what I was looking for?
Remote control. Turn him off.
Yep, you find a sort of in some of this junk and like extra scrap that has been discarded or is getting ready to, I don't know, build some more of these homes, something like this. You find sort of a small section of it that is all like discarded or floppy disks a thing.
I think they were the actual floppy disks.
Well, yeah. Trying to remember when that was. I'm just gonna say that's a thing. You find some like discarded computer parts and stuff, and then as you're sort of like picking through it, waiting for these robots to give you an opening to sneak back to the boat, you pull out like an intact floppy disk
Okay.
that you can take.
I take.
Okay.
Even know what that is. I don't.
I think I saw them using this in the computer lab. I think it's something they put in computers.
Because I'm like, if that's your choice of weapon, I'll strongly advise a rock instead. But
Wasn't
if there's
getting used.
another reason you took it, okay. Just
No,
making sure.
I think they keep information on it, so might
Floppy disks became commercially available in 1971, so yeah, you probably know
awesome.
what it is.
Yeah, it's a floppy disk.
Yeah, just making sure you don't pick that up as your weapon for this oncoming war between humans and robots.
Okay.
They started it by not coming to our football game. Right?
All right, so you make it back to the boat shortly after Axel and Danny do. Floppy disk in tow, and make your way off the island.
Yeah, unless we wanted to talk
The
about
alarm's
whether or
still
not.
going off.
Yeah, if the alarm's still gone, we probably should leave the island.
It is currently still going off. Yeah, it's only
Yeah.
been a couple minutes.
We just
Yeah, we
need to
should
wait
go.
till the little flashing stars stop in the top left corner of my screen.
Stupid.
We need to
Upset.
get you home and get you some sleep, my man.
Well, we can't get some sleep while these guys have declared war.
Wait, is that what happened?
He didn't declare
talking
war.
about-
Mike was kind
They
of a
didn't
jerk.
come to our
And
football. How was I the jerk? He's the one stealing information, and I'm the jerk in all this?
It's a question for the game master. Would it require a roll to piece together that weird dreams happened at Mike's place, but they have not happened to the rest of us at our places?
No, I mean, I don't know that there's really anything to piece together. You know that to be factually true.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do with that information, you can come to a lot of conclusions. But yeah, no, I think that's easy enough. You know that.
Yeah. Mike, we all had weird dreams when we stayed at your place, but that was the first time any of us had weird dreams. So do you maybe want to come sleep at one of our places? See if you don't have weird dreams not before a big game.
Are you implying that my place is weird?
Well, we all have weird dreams there, so.
Oh, so you are
It's a
implying that my place
possibility.
is weird. Well, that's a bit rude. As the music changed.
Yeah.
Well, beep
Drama.
boop. I guess. Looks around for somebody to offer a place to stay.
I mean, yeah, you can come to my place. My parents probably won't even notice.
Don't parents have a computer?
I mean, no, we don't have a computer at home, but
What
why
a
do we?
computer for?
Mel picked up a weapon, which isn't really a weapon.
Oh, you got a floppy disk.
Yeah, I figured none of you have a computer, right?
Not at
Nice.
home, but we can take it into school on Monday and see if we can use computer there.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't want to wait till Monday, I could always borrow my mom's keys. We could go.
Danny did figure out how to get into the back door of the school too.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we want to deal with this weekend.
Yeah, we get some buckets, fill it up with water, and pour it over their computers. Chuck it on them. Maybe they'll get all fried out. Yes.
I don't know if we want to kill them.
Oh yeah, they are. You
All right. Well, we'll figure out what we're doing after we look at those files. But you probably need to get some rest tonight. You got a big game tomorrow.
Maybe the other guy's too tired to play. That could be a plus. Get his
Except
name
for now.
already.
They aren't on the map, so I'm assuming the other school is out of town.
The rival school.
Yeah, so you would play sports against like the other high schools in your division within the state.
So, unless another town is having weird sleep problems, I don't think that's going to be the case.
I'm talking about the guy who's the current starting quarterback.
No, Brock Lesnar? Or did we decide he's the... No, he's the varsity quarterback.
Yeah.
That's
The varsity
that's something.
quarterback's Troy.
Right.
That's Troy.
Yeah. The JV quarterback is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, because I said I'd fight him, but then probably shouldn't have said that on Twitch because I don't really want to fight him.
It's different. It's Lesnar with an E.
I just want to get that for the soundbite. You want to fight Brock Lesnar?
Speak
Brock
into the
beats
mic.
everything. Why would I speak into myself? That's just stupid.
Alrighty, leaving the island.
Yep.
Okay.
Telling people how he said that his family of two, including him, moved over, but there's other Terminators which probably aren't his family.
Okay. You fill them in. You fill in your friends on what happened as you make your way in your swan paddle boat back to the dock on the other side of the lake, and you find yourselves back on the edge of Hackberry Park. Right there, we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
Can I just pick up my change? Because there hasn't been signed that we took the boat.
Oh yeah, the money that you left. You want to take it back?
Yeah, well, I didn't get the full hour. So.
Okay. Yeah, you can take it back. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take our break there. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We will be back in just a short few minutes to see what happens next. So stick around. See you soon. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us during our break. We are going to pick back up pretty much where we left off. You guys have made it out of Hackberry Lake and back. Put the boat back. Is there anything else you would like to do for the rest of the evening? It's Friday evening.
Are you back into the school now?
It's
Or do we
probably.
wait till after in case we get caught so I don't miss the game?
I was
Even
thinking
aside from that,
tomorrow morning or something.
I was going to suggest after the game because there'll probably be people hanging out around the school until the game happens, and not right after the game because then there'll be around there then maybe sometime on Sunday.
Is it a home game or an away game?
For my purposes, I'm gonna make it a home game.
Okay.
We get the fixture sent to us so we know where we go.
What?
The fixture, so you see who you're playing, where and when, what dates, traveling.
The schedule?
The schedule?
Gosh, you guys call things useless words.
Fixture is like a light fixture.
Like we're-
I'm American.
I love learning new things. Well, maybe we should actually do it during the game because everyone will be focused on the game.
So
School
yeah,
will be open.
Danny and I could go and check that out while y'all are at the game.
Hey,
Yeah.
well,
Be quick,
you're
'cause we
gonna-
don't want to miss much of your game and cheerleading and stuff.
Just whatever you find, like print it out or something, so we can look at it later. I'll give them the floppy disk so they can do that during the game.
Okay.
Mike's partially hurt for the fact that they'd rather go break into a school than watch him play, but hey, whatever.
Do you want to get your dreams back or not?
It's fine, it's fine.
Hey, 2 less people
I said
watching
we're
Mel.
gonna hurt. Don't look about it so we can get back and watch the game.
You know, take your time. We'll be thorough.
I'll get my parents to film it.
I'm getting
Not
two
a
different
new
messages
section.
from you guys right now.
We can get a new section in Blockbuster started up.
Are you even-
Korea and Mel's Chili Korea.
Do you-
Just
The Rafone home video section.
Yes, oh my gosh.
Do you even know if you're going to be playing at any point during the game?
yeah, I will. I'm the greatest. Look, if I get a decent night's sleep and Brock doesn't, all I gotta do is we just play that song. He gets angry, and I walk onto the field.
And you have watched a
That's my
football game at
plan.
this point, right?
I've seen what I grab the ball, I throw it to someone, they catch it, people cheer.
Oh boy, that's going to be fun.
I'm a natural. It's all good. Don't worry about it. As long as I don't verse robot people, I don't get hit, right? Other people get hit but me.
I mean, everyone's trying to hit you, but that's kind of most of the point.
That's so it's life. I get it. Just trying to hit me. Just hit them back.
You're the
Okay.
quarterback. You're not supposed to hit back.
Yeah,
As
well,
you all explain football to Mike again,
Not have
Uh,
practices to go over all this.
had a lot of practices actually, but your understanding of the sport is up to you. So, Mike, you're going to stay with Axel for now.
he's the only one that offered, so yeah. My
All
cousin
right.
didn't even offer. It's just like, well,
Good luck with that.
and it's probably safe that I don't go to Danny's place because her brother will get beat up if I'm there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's.
Other way, but
Nah, I'm pretty certain I would have won the fight.
That's patently untrue. You could not have rolled high enough.
You kidding me? I could have rolled 11 successes.
He had a
That's
baseball
right,
bat.
So he needs
infinite.
a weapon. I see how it is.
Yeah, he was also 16.
so yeah, you better watch out for
you
me.
go and stay the night with Axel. The other two of you go home for the evening. A relatively uneventful evening. Mike, you don't have any particularly strange experiences that night, but you still don't sleep that well. It's not as bad as it has been, but it's a pretty restless night for you, but not too bad. Way better than it has been. So you get up the next morning, and two of you get ready to go do sports, and two of you get ready to go do crimes.
at some point, I think. I don't know if because Axel is probably still technically scared. So he's probably been feeling nervous and
Unless
fidgety.
you guys did something.
Yeah. So, do you think that conversation would have happened before going to sleep or in the morning?
Well, if you're still scared in the morning,
Part of me wants you to fail, so you're scared during the football game. But
wow.
it would make for good TV.
I don't get scared, buddy. I'm amazing. Would have had a little. I would have said you did good yesterday. You know, you managed to make it so you get in without being caught. Even though you didn't time it right because you could have done better there. But you still pushed through and succeeded. I'm pretty certain everyone was impressed. If I was, everyone else was, including Danny.
Thank you.
You seem to like a lot of chicks in this school, so I'm just.
There are just so many things in that statement to unpack, but
So I'll roll a lead to see if I healed him.
Yeah, go ahead.
One success. Look.
Okay, yeah, you can heal one of his conditions, which I think you only have the one.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
Dr. Mike in the house.
That somehow that did make me feel better, but you may want to work on your inspirational speeches before you make it to varsity.
Yeah, again, most people wouldn't be scared playing sport. Knowing that they should be. Probably are. Mike says, yeah, we're good. In Australia, that's what our Prime Minister would have said. Shh.
Just everyone play sports and don't be scared. Is that your country's motto?
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh.
Toughen up, mate. There we go. Look, we have deadly animals everywhere. Like, if you're scared, you die.
The national motto of Australia.
You're
If you're scared, you die. Alright. Actually, I feel a little bit better.
Probably more confused than anything. But
Yeah. You're too
So
confused to be
confused.
scared. Alright, sports squad. You go do sports. Mike, I'm gonna have you roll for sports.
What are we rolling today, boss?
I think we're gonna say move. Mel, do you also want to roll for sports?
Yeah, might as well.
I guess move probably.
That's what we did last
I
time for
see.
mine.
Move for sports. Alright, good job. Good sports.
Assume my dog can't help me.
Mike can inspire you, though. You see Mike play and you're like, damn, that's amazing.
One
See,
success.
look, you got the success. Cause
Alright, one success for both of you. Mel, you cheer very good. Good job. Mike, they let you play in the fourth quarter, and you do a good job.
only the fourth? I'm just really disappointing. Even tired Brock gets 3 quarters?
Nobody said Brock was tired. You definitely decisively win the game, and they let you play for the whole fourth quarter because you're so far ahead, and you score some points. Good job.
Only because I'm so far ahead. That's such low blow.
Freshman quarterback.
Second string JV quarterback. You got to play a whole quarter. That's basically unheard of, especially
really
so
wanna
early
take
in the
the-
season.
I really just want to take an angry condition. That's really annoyed me. Can I?
Yeah, you can do what you want.
Cool.
Okay. Mike's really angry that he doesn't get to play until the fourth quarter. You got a whole 15 minutes out of the hour. All right, good job. I'm not going to sit here and narrate a bunch of sports because while it will be fun for me, it will be fun for no one else.
I want the play-by-play.
God, I super could, but I'm not going to. Mike, you throw a touchdown pass. It's very good.
1/4. That's Buckrock. I'm not saying the last name in case somebody just snips that one sentence.
Make that my ringtone. That's how football works, baby. All right, Crime Squad.
Crimes. Okay.
You don't have to roll to get into the school if you go through the same door because of Danny's many crime successes.
Heck yeah.
But because that lockpicking success, you can get back in. So you go in the one of the side doors to the school down the hallway. This is me assuming that you're looking for a computer. Okay, yeah, relatively easy. Probably somewhere in the same vicinity as all of the AV club things down in that wing where I said all the electives happen. Yeah, you make your way in. There doesn't seem to be anybody around in the building. So sort of carefully you start making your way down to where you know the little computer lab to be. So you want to know what's on this floppy disk?
Yes.
I don't know that you have to roll to put a floppy disk in a computer, you guys. It seems a bit extreme. I think I'm gonna say you can put the floppy disk in the computer. What I am gonna have you roll for, good job, is to, I want to say, oh boy, I forget how many skills there are in this game.
So many.
I want to say calculate because it's like specifically getting information from a computer. I don't know. Calculate or investigate, you pick. Whichever one you guys want to do. Give me the
They're all
choice.
going to be the same role for me, but there's also comprehend to have the right piece of information. But
Well, you
like-
have the information because it's
Yeah.
on the disc. It's just a matter of interpreting it at this point.
So I mean, I'm gonna have a +4 for either of those roles. Do you have one that's better?
Let's see. Calculate. My calculate would be 5.
Okay. And you also have more luck points than I do.
Do you?
That's true.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Ooh. 2 successes.
Oh, okay. So that is an additional question. So 3 questions.
All right. What do you think, Alex?
Are we picking from calculate or investigate?
Calculate.
Okay.
My investigate would have been like a 3.
So
If those questions are pertinent and you guys want to pull from them, that's fine.
yeah. Well, I guess let's start with what is its purpose. What's the purpose of this floppy disk?
It is to go into a computer. Next question.
Okay, thanks.
Haha, gotcha. No, just kidding. You put in the floppy disk and start going through the files that are in there. A lot of them look like blueprints or plans for different pieces of machinery. A lot of them half finished or partially deleted or erased. So these are flipping through. A lot of them are plans for what look like some kind of small robots, or like a small, almost like child size, smaller than you, but like a little robot is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, a lot of discarded plans.
Widow robots.
This might be a bit of a stretch, but I kind of want to go with how can I use it? Like, is there enough there that the two of us in our, budding robotics knowledge, we could complete any of these plans? We can build ourselves a little robot buddy.
In theory, you think at least the exterior you could probably cobble something together. The problem with a lot of these plans is that they are either not finished or they're discarded because they don't actually create anything that will work to full capacity. So it
So they're
probably
kind of
wouldn't
like-
turn on if you followed these plans.
Okay, so they're kind of like sort of figuring out, almost like sketches in a
You could
way.
build a weird metal mannequin if you wanted.
Could make one of those creepy like babies that you pretend to take care of.
We'll get the home ec class or the health class or
Yeah.
whatever it is to contract us
God,
to.
now I'm having real high school flashbacks.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. So that was okay. Wait, which question was that? What is its purpose?
There was what is its purpose, which revealed the plans. How can we use it? Was that we could build the things but wouldn't be able to make them work.
So you get one
Okay.
more.
Okay.
I want to ask, who built it? See if we get even just like confirmation that this is like a Dart watermark or something, or
Ooh, yeah.
maybe there's an author's notes commented in the code.
There is not like an author listed per se, but you do find a lot of this stuff is sort of cobbled together from Dart information.
Somebody start making robots.
Well, hey, I suppose I can try and ask my mom if she knows anything about a robotics program going on at Dart, but I mean, she might not know. I don't know. This is all interesting, but I'm not sure where we go from here with it.
Yeah. Well, maybe the elders will have an idea. Let's go see if we can catch the last part of the game.
Yeah. I do still think that robot kid could be something, but I mean, we don't know enough to make that happen.
Yeah, so like looking, like, I guess, is there like a parts list? Does it seem like this is like achievable with our resources?
With your resources, currently I don't think so.
Okay.
If you were to find maybe completed or updated versions of the plans, then possibly it would take you probably a long time and a lot of effort to do, but yeah, in theory. At this point, you're just not sure how you would get it to actually function.
Could try putting this together, take it back to the island, and be like, "Hey, we made this, but we can't make it work," and sort of an olive branch that way.
Yes.
Or would that be like the equivalent of them bringing us like a doll and being like, "Hey, we found little human. Here you go."
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Mel might have some ideas or something. So I'm assuming we like downloaded on the trip back. Like they told us like what their conversation with Dave was like and what they talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have told you.
So I think if we can, since they requested, see if we can print out any of these blueprints for them to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that easy enough.
And I think, yeah, we have the conversation about like, what if we made Robot Baby as we're heading over to the game.
Yeah.
All right. Consider the implications and whether or not taking a half-finished robot baby to a bunch of robots would be endearing or offensive. You make your way back to the game. You get to see Mel cheer. He does a great job. You get to see Mike play in the last part of the game, and he does a great job. but he doesn't seem super pleased about it.
Ah.
So yeah, what are you guys gonna do for the rest of the afternoon?
We meet up when the game's over.
Can we even get to you two? Or are you two caught up in your team celebrations?
Yeah, because you guys won by a whole lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, what, like an hour after the game or so? Oh, hey.
You guys did so good.
Oh, thanks. Did you guys get to watch much of it?
Good
I like
chunk
the
of
last
it.
bit.
Yeah, we saw all of Max star and roll.
Hey, you actually got to play.
You're muted.
1/4.
Hey, it's more than I thought you were going to play. Good job.
I don't know if that's hurtful or not. Like, I congratulated you on being a cheerleader, and you're like,
No, I mean, sincerely, it was like the first game. I didn't think that they were going to let you play. That's good.
Like, we got a lot to teach you about Southern football. If you're gonna stay on the team.
I think you're
It's-
muted.
I'm not muted. Mike's just
Flabbergasted.
he's just frustrated. It's like, this doesn't make sense.
You'll play more
Come
as
on.
it goes on. I mean, Brock's probably going to get injured at some point, and you'll get to go step in.
Mike drops the rock.
Thought you left it on the island.
This is a different one.
This is his
He's
football
gonna
rock.
get injured at some point. Oh, he's on to me already.
What did you find on the floppy disk?
Bunch of blueprints, but none of it would work. It was all like unfinished blueprints.
Who made them?
Seems like they're. Well, we can tell Dart. Somebody there.
Did seem like Dart stuff. Oh, I could ask my mom if she knows someone at Dart who does robotics and see if they'd be interested in sponsoring the robotics club or coming to talk. And that's how we could talk to someone, maybe.
Has anyone noticed that everything weird that happens in town always seems to be revolving around this dark place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we're the only ones that notice this stuff, though. Everyone else seems to just go along with their life.
I mean, they employ like half the town, so. But if we're gonna.
None of us waiting till Monday, though, right? When's your next robotics club meeting?
I mean, as soon as it could be would be Monday. I don't remember the schedule off the top of my head.
I mean, so what's the plan if we ask about the robots? Because we need to turn off the satellite one way or another. Because otherwise, people are just going to keep getting crankier.
Yeah.
Does anyone have access to explosives?
No.
No.
Well, there goes that option.
Well,
What if? Okay, so like, it seems like these like robot folks are sort of learning, or something, through the satellite. What if we just gave them like something different to learn? Like, what if we put in like VHS or something?
what
Do
if
we
they?
still have that tape Karen made?
I don't think that's what we want to show robots that are trying to learn to be human.
Well, why don't we just introduce them to television?
Who takes the movies
That is
over?
a fantastic idea.
What if we reprogram the satellite so that it picked up TV signals instead of dreams?
We called it cable television, even though there's no cable involved.
I mean, there are lots of cables involved.
call it satellite television. So it works off satellite.
And I mean, they probably won't be able to tell the difference. I mean, either way, it's gonna seem like either the same thing as like the dreams and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's some weird stuff on TV sometimes, and also kind of some neat stuff. Maybe we can have them. Wait, what was
I could
PBS
just
thing?
watch the Home Shopping Network. There's only 10 of these left. You must call now. And they'll be all like, let's call her.
Let's go.
Next time we go over, it's just all the terrible Home Shopping Network stuff everywhere. Or they can do like some home cooking channel. And like they can just start.
Yeah, or like,
Or we
Yeah,
just put a magnet against them. Because magnets messes with electronics. Then we can just.
But we're not trying to kill them. We're trying to
We can wipe
Yeah.
them.
divert
I mean,
them.
they seemed kind of nice, right? Until somebody got sassy with them.
Yeah, Mel. I have to start imitating him. I still want to know who his family
Mel,
member
eye
is.
rolls. Well, maybe we can go back there and ask, and you can say sorry, and then he won't be so cross with you.
Okay. Are the paddle boats being hired out today, or is it not the season for it?
Yes, they would be being hired out today.
Okay.
It is the
I just
weekend.
want to point out that they're hiring out paddle boats. People are going to investigate the fact that there's buildings on that island. There's probably going to be altercations happening.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe, though there doesn't seem to have been any yet.
Well, they don't-
Buildings have been. Go ahead.
And they don't seem hostile towards us. I mean, it's not like they attacked us until we started getting aggressive with them.
Inquiring about the stolen information.
And no one else will know about that once we fix it.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to get my money back this time.
No.
You can all
Unless we
scrap.
wait for them to close up for the night.
Probably all scrap together enough. How much was it like?
I've got enough, I just want to get my money back.
That's fine.
Alright, but how are we gonna get some television to the robots?
Oh my,
That's what we gotta figure out.
We had enough computers to make that happen.
I don't know a lot about it, but I imagine it would just be picking up the broadcast signals instead of the whatever they're currently picking up.
They're like beam signals. or
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, and if it's sophisticated enough to pick up brain waves, then it's got to be able to pick up just like regular old TV broadcasts.
I mean, I don't know how familiar you guys are with like how it works necessarily, but you're familiar with satellite TV.
Is satellite TV a thing in 86?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
commercially
cool.
available in the early 80s.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Because I wasn't sure if we were just going like full on like broadcast TV or if it would be like actual
Or,
like
the
satellite
local
television.
station.
Yeah.
So TV signals were first broadcast over satellite in like the 60s, but it became
Oh, cool.
commercially available in the 80s.
Awesome. Even better.
Or even like the late 70s.
Learn
So
to
yeah, you probably know somebody that has satellite TV. I mean, most people still have cable, but
Yeah, but given that this satellite is picking up dream waves, that's an entirely different frequency from.
well, no, that's
Standard
that's not what I'm
stuff,
talking
yeah.
about though. You guys were sort
Sure.
of trying to figure out how much you know about satellite TV.
Yeah.
So that's the question I'm asking.
But that's easy. I mean, it's kind of like changing the channel, right? I mean, this has
Can
to
you
be much.
restrict what channels they get, though?
But I guess
'Cause I just want to say, like, if they get the movie channel and next second Terminator comes on, probably don't want them seeing that.
Pretty sure
Well,
Terminator wasn't out in '86,
Yeah,
was it?
1984.
I thought Terminator was early '90s. Jesus.
No,
Oh, yeah.
1984.
This is what happens when a
There's so
bunch
many
of
them now.
this is what happens when a bunch of '90s kids play a game that takes place in the '80s.
Me. I was born '89. Thank you very much. So
You were a
grew up in the
'90s kid.
Admit it. Well, I mean, I've always thought the stuff that they show on PBS is pretty good. like Sesame Street and stuff.
Yeah, that should
Nice.
help out a lot. Make them very friendly.
This is a good plan, but I still just worry about our technical know-how to make that happen. Because I mean, I don't know how you get our home satellites to pick up dream waves, and so I imagine it's kind of like, one thing speaking French and then another speaking Russian or something. It's like, it's just how do.
Well, I can we can go back to run over to the library before we go and see if we can get some books on that. I might not know much about computers, but I know how to find books at the library. So
Yeah,
get something
that's a good call. Also,
that'll help.
I don't know if going back today is the best idea. They're probably still on high alert, having set off their alarm yesterday.
Oh, yeah, we should probably do some research first before we go back to the island.
Well, why
I
don't
do understand the concern that people will be wanting to check that out, but
we don't want
have
to
that much more-
we don't want to go at night because we know that's when they're doing their thing. So why don't we plan to do our research tonight and then meet up over at the boat rental like first thing in the morning?
Well, we got church, but then after church, yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't go
what?
to church, but yeah.
Well, after we go to church then.
Prob's not going to be staying at Axel's place tonight if they go to church early in the morning, because that's Sundays for rest. We could probably speak to Dr. Mike, Dr. Uncle Mike. If he managed to brainwash birds, he probably knows a thing or two about signals.
I think we can
The
only
effect of
bring in
bird
so many
brains.
additional NPCs to this investigation.
We haven't brought in any additional NPCs yet.
I think we're
The
overcomplicating
library
it.
is
Let's
not
just
an NPC.
we know we can get the information we need from the library. I'm pretty sure we can get the information we need from the library, and then we'll go meet up.
Over a DART employee who knows about brainwave.
Yeah, but remember what happened last time he started messing with brainwaves and how it nearly had the birds destroy the entire town? We maybe don't want to
Yeah,
plant
and
that seed in his
now-
mind again.
And now Michael grab out of his bag some bird seeds and just throw it around. We have talking birds.
Yes, but also you guys
Some
definitely
birds
ru-
start swooping down.
Now we have these fellas.
you guys definitely wrecked his machine, right? He's probably not going to be too happy to see us.
Look, he's a
Yeah.
mime. He's gonna be happy.
Alright, well, let's head over to the library in any case before it
If we
closes.
don't find the information from the library, we try Dr. Mike. Dr. Mike
Yep.
doesn't have it. Don't we have some TV repair shop? We can get someone to come with us and they can tune in the
Yes, we're just gonna go into a store, a bunch of 12-year-olds, and ask the adult person running it, saying, "Hey, can you come with us out onto an island? And oh, don't worry, there will be robots, one of whom has a gun, and we need you to come in and fix this big giant satellite so they stop stealing people's dreams." Is that more or less what you wanted to say to them?
Yeah, you pretty much summed it up perfectly. I didn't shoot down your idea, so okay.
The rest of this mystery is just you guys on hold with Comcast.
Library
Resolved
first.
A year later.
Yeah.
Hey,
Alright, so you head over to the library.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, to the Fountain City Public Library. Who's looking for stuff?
I'll
No?
Yeah,
And-
definitely.
I don't think
I assume would this be a comprehend?
Yes, there's gonna be comprehend, so it's comprehend and mind.
I can give that a shot, especially since I will probably be the one doing the programming.
Barry, smell a book for me.
smells like a tree.
Sniff
Can
the
I
satellite.
pee on it? Can I mark my territory on one of these books? It smells like a tree.
Oh, buddy.
Oh shit.
I may not need to do well, but we'll see. Yep, 0. What are the odds I'm gonna have to roll again tonight? Do I use my last luck point, or do we just go with Sean's
Listen,
4 successes?
I got
That's
4
a value, but
successes.
Sean rolled 4 successes, which is like literally an unheard of amount of information. So if you don't want to use that resource, you probably don't
Yeah.
have to.
Axel probably finds a book that's almost on topic and then gets sucked in and loses
It's like,
track.
guys, listen to this.
So that means I have 3 bonus effects.
Mm-hmm.
So I get additional information and then up to a +3 on the die roll to use that information. Which I guess it's when I use the information. I can't give that to my friend. Okay.
No, it is specifically you, and you can spread them out. You can use +1, +1, and +1 on a roll. You can use them all on one roll.
I just imagine just the
+3.
books just beaming their way into Mel's brain. He's just a super genius for the next 24 hours.
So what do you want to know?
Everything I can about satellites and how they work.
Satellites, how do they work? I'm not going to sit here and try to explain how satellites work because that's boring, and I don't know enough about satellites to be able to explain it competently. But yes, you feel very confident that you not only know a lot about the history of satellites now, but how they work, how they beam things to screens, and how frequencies can be changed and messed with, and signals can be redirected, and it's actually not nearly as complicated as you thought it was going to be. It's pretty straightforward.
After like an hour of reading, I'll just shut the book. It says, "Oh, that was much easier than I thought. I'm good."
I think Axel got stuck in a book that was like comparing the pros and cons of the programming languages at the time, which I don't know if there's anything more complicated than COBOL at this point.
I don't think
Maybe
so.
C. I was a computer science major for a year. You'd think I'd remember this stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do the thing now.
Right. That's good.
Okay.
And then there's Mike going, so why, if a train leaves this station heading there and a train leaves the other, why are they on the same track? It doesn't make sense. They're just gonna crash. These math questions are stupid.
It's actually a philosophy problem and a variant of the trolley problem.
If one robot said he's not stealing your dreams, and then
All right. You know how satellites work.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you all would like to do tonight?
whose place am I staying at? Or am I gonna go have a weird dream at my own?
You did
Sorry, Axel,
raise-
you get up early. I sleep in on Sundays.
You raised the point you could just crash in the hideout. Or at least try. We haven't slept there, so we don't know.
I'll probably just stay at my own place and watch movies.
You stay up all night watching movies?
Till I fall asleep for my half hour and then
I'm about to start giving you conditions from your character choices.
look, I'm tempted to take exhausted soon anyway, so don't want
Way ahead of you.
If this doesn't resolve it, you might have to. We'll talk about it. All right. So, yeah. The next day, Sunday, you all do your Sunday things, go to church, sleep in, etc., whatever it is you are doing. You meet up after Danny and Axel's families return from church, and you get ready to go back to the island.
Mm-hmm. I think we meet over at the boat rental place.
All right, yeah. You meet up back over there. This time there is someone there renting out boats. So you will have to pay for it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got
please.
money.
All right, I don't remember how much I said it was. $2?
$2. Can you do a discount? I did win the football game.
Trying to bargain for
Favorite.
a boat.
Yep.
I hate letting you roll charms so much.
I'm
Go ahead. Make
Other
friends
plus,
with the
I
boatman.
only one success this time. I haven't failed a roll. It's really annoying me. I can never check my pride. I'm too good.
No, you're actually rolling really well. Yes. Okay. How much of a discount are you asking for?
Half. Give him $1.
Okay, fine. He loves football so much.
And my autograph. Just to help him out.
He doesn't care about that. You're 12.
He will. Just
No.
you wait.
No. He lets you have the boat for $1. A roll that means
Best.
literally nothing because there is no currency in this game.
It makes me feel good. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, that's all that matters. Listen, as long as you're
Sorry.
having fun.
Mike's like, I've still got it. Even though his hair's looking worse and worse each
like-
day.
Frazzled. All right.
Oh boy.
So yeah, you get a boat at a discount because of Mike's football skills, and you paddle out again across to the lake. What's the plan once you get to the island?
Good question.
Did I make contact with them again? I think we bonded last time.
I mean, there's no reason to talk to them if we can do the same thing we did last time and just sneak over to the computer room.
Yeah, I guess the question is just gonna be: how much are they gonna have adjusted? Like, are the controls gonna be different? Are they gonna have found that the camera got broken and fixed it?
Well,
Yeah, sneaking in is probably our best bet, but we may have to do it a different way.
yeah, I mean, I say we just go until we find something that's different.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so once again, you pull the paddle boat up onto the shore.
I pick up
You-
my rocks.
You pick up your rocks. As you get closer, you do notice more patrols this time.
Okay, well, there you go. That's your answer.
We could distract.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but that's gonna give us, a time crunch once we get to the dish. If they know something's up, that's where the alarms seem to be coming from. I imagine that's where they'll go to. So
Are there any gaps in the patrols like there were last time where we could potentially get through, or?
If you wait for the right moment, because they do again sort of walk in these very, it seems like, predetermined patterns. They don't stray from those unless something very specific sort of triggers them to. So yeah, you can certainly try.
I don't know. It's going to be harder this time, but we could just try sneaking through. It looks like there are more of them, but they're still kind of doing the same thing. And they're not very perceptive.
Alright.
Just if
First case, I can apologize to Dave.
if things go bad, then anyone who can try to sneak away and get to the computer room. Except you, Mike, because you can't really do anything once you get there. You just distract and run and try to lure them away.
I have rocks. I can do everything.
Yeah, I mean, if worst comes worst, we can just like at least shut it down.
Yeah.
I mean, the best case would be if we could get to do the channel thing, but if we temporarily stop it.
Worst comes to worst, someone gets detected, I'll cause a distraction. I'll just be me.
Sounds good.
I'll throw a rock at one of them and be like, "You're Didn't catch. I was just yelling at him like the coach does when somebody doesn't catch a ball I throw. Life lessons. Or I'll apologize to Dave for whatever Mel did wrong to annoy him.
Okay.
You can try to sneak through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll for sneak.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There it is.
I was debating
no, where'd my-
making an argument
okay.
for Barry again,
Ooh.
but
Okay, I lost
Okay.
a die, but let's see. I got 2 successes. Let's roll
I
my
also
last
got
one.
2.
Ha, yes. Okay, I got 2. Where'd my other die that fell?
What's that?
because I failed
So-
too, so
Yeah.
You
So
failed.
Try.
Okay.
Crime squads.
Oh, the-
Squad.
The 2 of you that got 2, if you so wish, can each give a success to one of your teammates, and then you'll all have one.
yeah.
All right, so sort of bobbing in toward the neighborhood, you sneak around waiting for an opening in the patrol, sort of one at a time, quietly kind of darting through, hiding behind the buildings, making your way in toward the satellite dish. You do see sort of off around on one side of the neighborhood, Dave sitting out on his porch. This time accompanied by another robot. Who's sitting out there in a chair with him. Holding a glass but not drinking out of it.
Like, just gonna look at everyone and be like,
Shoot
it's
the breeze.
family.
We can maybe go find out who they are after we stop the dream stealing.
I guess. Just a little salt by swinging his arms around. He's like, bye.
Alright, so you continue on towards the center to the satellite dish and the control room. The surveillance cameras once again seem to be working and making their sweep. And this time there is one of these tall patrol robots sort of standing by the corner by the door.
hmm.
Need some sort of distraction or something.
Could work our way at least around to the other side of the building. And then
There's only one
maybe-
door and he's by it, isn't he?
Well, but
I hate to say this. It might be time to use the rocks. If you can knock that robot out.
Oh, can I? And this is why I deserve more than just 1/4 of football.
Well, we'll see. You gotta actually hit the thing first.
Look, if I hit it and it doesn't get knocked out, you gotta stay hitting it, and I'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I was just trying to get your attention. Is it cool if I go see Dave? Hey, look, I got this covered. I got this covered.
All right, that's
You gotta stay hidden
Plan,
in
I
case
guess.
this goes completely downhill. I'll run, I'll paddle, and I'll pick you up later. Okay."
I assume the
Is it-
cameras are because we have the cameras and the robot there. Are the wires still exposed where Axel could get to them and try to disable the camera before
Yeah,
we
for
knock
the
out the
most part.
robot?
so we want to approach from the side the robot isn't at, so we only have to worry about the cameras first.
Hmm.
Get the
Okay.
camera. I'll be ready with a rock in case the robot starts walking towards you.
Okay, so you're gonna do the same thing as last time?
Yeah, I think so. I've only got 1 luck point left though.
I believe in you.
Well, if Danny believes in me, I can use my pride. All right, still
Have you
gonna.
roll for sneak?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or for running?
Yeah, it was
Whichever.
moved before, which is a little better.
Okay,
Nope.
yep.
So that one fails. I'm gonna use my luck point on this one. 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, so you wait for an opportune moment and then take off running and vaulting over the makeshift fence around toward the other end of the building.
I'm gonna try and disable the camera.
Okay.
1 success.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, so you see Axel sort of fidgeting with the wires again. This time one of the camera powering down.
You move back, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so I guess I would wave. I guess it would be Danny and Mel over, and is Mike getting ready to draw the guard away?
Yeah, I was supposed to try and knock him unconscious with a rock first, and if that doesn't work, then I guess I'll just try and bullshit my way to see Dave and his family member. Thinking I have sandwiches I can offer as an apology. No.
Bam. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't get knocked out. All right.
Hey, I was trying to get your attention. It's like, it's the smallest pebble I could find as I'm surrounded by little rocks.
This is how humans say hello.
Okay.
Do I roll
So-
force?
Yes. Roll force to throw a rock at a robot.
Yes. Force is my best skill. That's 1 success. To knock him out, I need a bonus. I checked.
You do. So yeah, you and also it's a robot.
Can I throw
But
a magnet at him then?
yeah, you all hear this. No, you don't know how those work. You all hear this metal clang as Mike, you chuck a rock and it knocks into the side of the head of this robot. Its head kind of snaps around, and it starts sort of skating back and forth, and it looks at you, and takes off in your direction.
Is it running at me, not just a casual stroll?
It's not running yet, but you're not that far away from it.
Does it look hostile?
Hard to say.
I hit it with a rock.
Terminator.
Eyes turn red. Kill mode activated.
I'm going to run.
You're gonna run?
Make sure it's following me, and if it starts turning back around, throw another rock at it.
Okay.
So
roll
stupid.
roll move to run. Roll.
2 successes.
Okay.
The
I get some
fire.
more exciting music in here. Hang on.
I would like to impress the robot with some
Okay.
fancy moves. Well, I don't want it to not notice
Sure.
me.
Yes, you keep, we'll call it keeping the robot's attention, as you all see this lanky metal figure start to move off after Mike as he goes running across part of the island. The other 3 of you quickly make your way into the control room.
Mhm.
And what are you trying to do? Reprogram the satellite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to have somebody roll program. Tech plus program.
Probably Mel with that +3 bonus he has.
Yeah, you
Well-
can use all 3 on this roll if you want.
Yeah. So if it's a program roll for me, I guess that would be.
It is under manipulate.
Under
So program and then manipulate. Because you're not creating anything.
Oh, okay. But it's using the tech skill, right?
Yes, it's a tech and
Yeah.
program. It's just if you have bonus effects, they would come from that list.
Yeah.
Specifically.
All right.
You
Um,
have.
That is 2 successes.
Okay.
Is that with any of your extra dice?
Those are I upped my program to 3 because I had the +3. So normally it's a
Okay.
0.
So yeah, you under manipulate, you have an extra success, a bonus effect.
I guess do it quickly would be the best one for right now.
That's going to be my suggestion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you all see Mel sit down at the computer.
There's a
it
moment
takes
where he's like,
a-
"How do I turn it, Danny? Danny, how did you turn it on? Oh, right,
It's our hour here.
because he knows about satellites. He just doesn't know about computers."
Not computers though. But Danny's there and Axel's there, and they can help you out a little bit. With the basic stuff, you do the complicated stuff. So you set to work, taking a few minutes to reprogram the satellite. What are you trying to put it on specific channels? Are you limiting their TV channels that they have access to?
PBS,
Okay,
home and gardening, if
Okay.
that's a thing.
sure, why
It'd be
not?
the most beautiful island.
Time
Yeah,
Warner
dealer's
Classics. Time Warner Classics.
Ooh, yeah, I like it.
Just an
Robots
island
running around
full
watching,
of really,
Casanova.
yeah, very old-fashioned robots that do a lot of gardening and are very nice to children.
Okay.
Gonna get that HBO Westworld going.
Nope, nope, nope.
Don't want to do that. Yeah, I mean, you all rolled very good, so yeah, you do it. You take a few minutes, and you feel confident because you can see it on the monitor that the satellite is tuning into to those TV channels.
Sweet. Hopefully they don't notice. Should we go?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we
Figure
can.
out what happened to Mike.
Yeah. Save him from whatever he's up to now.
I'm not gonna lie, Mike's probably playing his own little game of touch football in his head, commentating, and Mike runs it, takes a step, dodges it. he's going, he's going the full
Okay.
length himself.
Are you still running away? Because this thing is much bigger than you, and it will start to catch up.
Yeah, I'm still running away. I'm having fun.
Okay, now your roll move again.
I don't know how long I need to keep it distracted.
Where are you running? Are you just doing laps?
I'm running around town. I may have discovered some more people to come chase me. I don't know.
There's
If
just
you
this
ran into the
crowd
town.
of dudes chasing him. Yeah, where you
Oh, I
going?
don't know where else. I'm not going to run towards the boat, so there's only one place to run, and that's.
Okay. You run into the robot town. Please roll plus move.
Oh boy.
Move plus body, please.
This might be where Mike lives now.
Look, I'm just
Stuck in a
This
loop
is-
forever.
to protect you guys. One success.
All right, you managed to stay out ahead of it, but you have drawn the attention of a couple of the other sentry robots. So the other three of you sort of exit the buildings, or keeping low just in time to catch Mike darting around the corner of one building, and three of these tall, sort of red and white painted robots charging after him. What do you do?
Oh boy.
Mike, just
You
run
do
in the
hear
water,
him.
they'll sink.
You do hear him commentating like he's making the full break of the field. They can't touch him. He's the best.
Mike, make it towards the water. We'll pick you up with the boat.
Okay.
Surprise twist, they actually.
I'm gonna assume they
Can
can't
swim.
swim.
What if they can?
We'll find out.
They got to this island
I
somehow.
was gonna say they
I
did
could
get to
try.
this island.
I
It's
can
gonna
try
be
and lose
Pirates of the
them.
Caribbean name. Just go
Just
under the
walk.
surface on the
Oh,
bottom.
dang it.
Oh boy.
Well,
Okay.
Plus side. Okay. I guess I'll say hi to Dave as I run past.
Okay, you
Dave.
run
What's up,
past
Dave?
Dave and the other robot that's sitting on the porch with him. I didn't describe that robot earlier, so I'll do that very
please.
quickly.
I wanna know about
Because
this
you've
robot.
probably run past their house a couple times. So you see sitting, Dave sitting there, red and white, plastic and metal, his trench coat, pipe in hand, shotgun propped up against the front of the house on the porch. Next to him, in another rocking chair that's been sort of pulled out onto, you see a really tall and thin humanoid-looking robot as well, sort of white metal with like white plastic over the top, and the head is orange. And it is like a smooth orange surface, but over where the face would be, there is this I would say less than successful attempts to have applied makeup and wearing this like floral like A-line dress and a little handbag sitting on the ground next to it.
Oh.
She's holding a glass, but there's nothing in it. She's not drinking out of it. She's a robot. That's what you see as you run past.
Yes. Aw. I love it.
So the other three of you, are you sneaking or are you just running at this point for the boat?
I mean, if all
Mike's
the
really causing a scene.
yeah, it seems like there are many robots that are going to be chasing us at this point.
Okay, you want to make a run for it?
Yeah, we probably just gotta book it.
Okay, everybody roll plus move.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. 2 for me.
It's 1 for
Uh-oh.
me.
None for me. No successes.
Okay, and I will give my extra success to Danny.
Okay,
Thank
perfect. So
you.
everybody's got a success. So the three of you, Mike, you see your friends take off from the building and take off around the edge of the island toward your boat. Did you get the swan again? I didn't ask earlier. Toward your boat.
I mean, what are the other options?
I
It was a
don't know.
dog.
A turtle.
Turtle.
Yeah, turtle.
Okay, a turtle. And there's just. Never mind.
Unless there was a
Um,
narwhal, then I want the
Now I'm just
narwhal.
thinking of. Oh, see, now that's a good one.
No.
A narwhal.
Did.
Oh, we could turn around and pedal fast and ram a river onto the narwhal.
It's probably really just a stubby little horn that's been very intentionally left dull.
I don't know. It's the 80s.
Yeah. It's a
Too early for
sword.
them all to be Pokemon. That would be a really good business if that man would run. If they were just
Oh,
all
Pokemon
Sorry,
paddle
Pokemon.
boats?
like a Lapras. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's you want a narwhal?
Yes.
Great.
Sure.
Doesn't matter. It's a whale head and its horn sticking out of the water. The three of you run, hop in the boat, and are you starting to paddle away? Are you going towards Mike? Are you relying on him to catch up?
My thought was that we like strafe along the coastline a little bit to try to pick up Mike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jump on.
Who's paddling?
Oh, Mike was one of the initial paddlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Paddling.
Danny.
We said it was force before.
It was.
I think it was move.
Yeah, I think it was just move.
Okay, I can try
Yeah.
that again.
Okay,
Or
right.
no, Mel, you're better at that.
I have a 7 move.
Yeah, I've only got 5.
Oh, that's better than me.
You shouldn't have been paddling the
Alright.
whole time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go. Oh,
All right, you two roll plus move, or roll move, I guess.
gosh dang it! No successes.
2. So I'll go 1 to Danny.
Okay.
Danny's
Well, I was gonna
not
say
great
like
at
I
paddling.
could also spend a luck point.
Yeah, if you want to roll it again, then I can
could.
use a
Why
move
not? Why not? Let's see.
as well.
Might as well. Nope. Nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
You
I'll
want to
give
give one to her?
I'll give 1 to
Okay, so
Danny.
you give a success to Danny for your bonus
Thanks.
effects. The two of you paddling alongside Axel, keeping an eye out for where Mike is. Mike, one more time. I'm gonna have you roll move, as now there are 5 robots chasing you.
Oh, this is why I deserve more than 1/4. But nobody's here to witness it. It's really sad. 1 success.
You manage to make it, sort of meeting up with your friends. You hop into the narwhal boat, and you all paddle away as the robots don't swim because they're robots.
And then I
Uh,
just
they
wave
stand.
at them.
They stand on the shore. They do sort of move into the water a little bit, sort of up to their weird robot knees. And kind of watch you all paddle away, but they do not follow, as far as you can tell. Yeah, you paddle away to the other side of the lake, confident in your satellite work. That's why we're gonna go ahead and end our session there. unless
Can't
you-
wait to come back to this island in like a year and see what these robots have
Yes.
done with it, with the information we've given them.
Okay.
It's just wanted posters of mine.
Okay. Good job, everybody. You did it. Oh, you think.
Yeah.
Fine.
We may have managed to solve a mystery in 2 sessions.
We did.
Did we
Congratulations.
just skip till Monday morning to see if I slept properly, and then we can officially solve this
Of
mystery?
course, yeah. You go to sleep all in your own homes. Changing the date on the thing. And Mike, Monday, September 16th, 1985, you wake up from an excellent night's sleep.
My hair is amazing. Yeah.
It's perfect.
I would have loved if everyone had dreams of like HGTV and Casablanca, and like it had the reverse effect and it started beaming those into people's heads.
Right into
Well.
the dome.
It's only been one day.
I think we'd learn a lot.
Just getting PBS beamed into your brain.
Yeah.
The
All right.
letter of the day is G.
And
Thanks,
that's how Mike
robot.
finally learns the alphabet. Really quick, at the end of this session, we asked the following questions to everyone. Did you participate in the session? Of course you did. That's
Yes.
an XP for you. Have you been in trouble because of your problem or relationships? I don't know if any of that really came up today.
I got the angry condition because I wasn't the starting quarterback.
You weren't in trouble, you just gave that to yourself.
Yeah.
An important
roll for
distinction to
anything.
make.
I don't think those really came up today necessarily. Did you use or struggle with your pride?
Most did. I probably should have instead of using the luck point. I forgot that it benefited XP.
Well, and struggling with his narrative, so using is for the role, struggling with his narrative if you feel like that came up at any point.
I was too good at everything.
Yeah, you guys rolled
So
really
good.
well today, actually,
Mhm.
for the most part. I lost my place. Did you put yourself at risk for the other kids?
Yes.
I'm gonna say everyone did that.
Yeah.
Today,
Mhm.
at some point.
We all took turns.
Yeah. Have you learned something new, and what is it?
There are robots on that there island. And they got names, or at least one and presumably 2 of them do.
Everything about satellites.
Yeah.
I was just
I don't know.
picturing the Avengers. It's like, when did you become an expert in this? Last night.
Oh yeah. Basically.
All right. Well, mark down your XPs, and if you have 5, you can
That's-
increase a skill by 1.
That's end of mystery, so conditions are gone and we can change.
Yeah,
roles
we'll,
if needed.
we'll talk about that stuff later too, because we'll get into change since you finished this mystery. All right, good job, everybody. You did it. You didn't kill a
Yay.
single robot. Great
our
job. That was fun. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us today for the end of this mystery. We had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. Our next stream after this one will be on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us for the finale of Saturday night's Thunderball. Come see the end of the championship. It's going to be really fun. We're really excited. And then after that, you can check our schedule. If you're live with us on Twitch, it's down below our faces on our drop page. If you are not, it is pinned to our Discord channel. It is pinned to our Twitter. Or, you can go to our Twitch page and look at it too. And while you're there, you should follow us and maybe subscribe. And yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, what are you doing? You've been here for
What's
like
wrong
3
with you?
hours. Click the button. You obviously had a good time.
Jesus.
But yeah, we'll be back. Same time, same place. You can catch us here doing something every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Saturday, every Sunday. And but yeah, we'll catch you next time. But until then, good game, and I'll catch you on the flip side, internet.
Get you on the flip side, internet.